Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. Right now we're going back a little back in time a bit. We're going to do Vault 13's people of Arroyo. Or it should have been Vault 13, but the chosen one kind of stuff. So, Arroyo is a nation of unity. Tribals and Vault dwellers joining to form a civilized society in the north. With the aid of the Holy Garden of Eden creation kit, New Arroyo has become the most prosperous and beautiful city in the wasteland. But the winds of change rustle the leaves of the forest of the New Arroyo. The Chosen One assumed the role of elder after saving their people. There are many myths and wanderings about this land and the leader of it. Some say they were a violent lunatic who killed anyone in the pursuit of money, power, and their goals. Others say that there was a benevolent person who helped everyone wherever they went. Depends on how you played the game. That's, of course, Fallout 2. So, Average Joe, go. Hope you're all doing well today. Please like and subscribe and comment. Anything you like. Alright, so what do we start with? Because I haven't played this one in God knows how long. This is our focus tree. It's a little... We'll see how it goes as we go along. So, Quest for the Holy Gek. Nearly 40 years ago, the humble Chosen One, grandchild of our founder, set out to save us from calamity and destruction. And destroyed the Western Enclave. We have a lot of things we get to pick. What is this? Why is this here? Well, that's crazy. Whatever. So, get our industry going. It's needed. Metalworking. Seed selection. And free repair. Let's get some of those wonderful factories going. And let's get some more factories after that. And let's organize everyone. Oro guard, 6 men, temple sentries. Whatever. Nagor. Whoever this guy is. Does it tell me what he is? Nope. Or who he is? Alright, proceed. We got a little crazy stuff probably happening eventually. So we have the search for Vault 13. The Chosen One set out to Arroyo alone, facing a nearly impossible battle against a hostile wasteland. They knew only that their village, their people were dying, and that only the secrets of nearby vaults could save it. Their journey to nearby vaults, which would take them through the likes of Shady Sands, Vault City, and Calamith, was fraught with peril, but from it was the Chosen One learned the importance of trustworthy allies, how a big gun or stick can make things a whole lot easier, or that a full purse can be many a solution. With what we're dealing with right now, probably some weapons would be good. That's different than I normally play, I know, but reaching Vault 13. He soon arrived at the Vault Dweller's farmer home, now overrun with a pack of intelligent deathclaws. They don't do those very much anymore, which is sad. With the old pistols. What else weapons do we got here? Don't need much else. We just need that. We don't need this for long, just until we can get more caravans and then leave it alone. Settlement guard. After a long journey across California, the Chosen One finally arrived at Vault 13. They found a startling surprise in their ancestors' home, now inhabited by a tribe of intelligent yet friendly deathclaws. Far more powerful than the Chosen One or any of their potential companions, and with the Gek hidden just behind them, the Chosen One was forced to cooperate, at least to some extent. Once inside the vault, the Chosen One found a unique status quo. The descendants of those that had stayed in Vault 13 lived in tandem with the Deathclaws and had created a thriving society together. Yet what shook the Chosen One was how the humans of Vault 13 had put aside their prejudice and accept their new partners. The fear that still ruled the Deathclaws, in particular certain Dr. Schreiber. The ordered nature of the tribe, as each member knew their part. I think the chosen one's probably that fear. Karma lower. Fuck karma. The Enclave's oil rig. With the tribe kidnapped by the evil Enclave, the chosen one made a fated journey to their offshore base as the only hope to save their people, if not the entire continent. With the Enclave's designs, everything rested on the chosen one. Navarro. And then from over here, they don't show where the rig was, but it's like right around here. Oh yeah, Arroyo's a trading hub. So we could buy some weapons. How much do they want for it? 15? I'll buy it for 15. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I'll take that deal. The giant faces. What the chosen one believed to be their moment of victory was soon dashed by a vision from the tribal leader, Hakunin. The people of Arroyo had been kidnapped by soldiers and great metal birds and taken somewhere into the sea. The chosen one's mission to save their tribe became true in a far more literal sense, with certain death awaiting those that were taken in Enclave captivity. Investigating the matter to the best of their ability, the chosen one came across several promising leads, the best of which was the Shi Emperor, a Chinese pre-war supercomputer capable of predicting every possible outcome. The Navarro military base, a well-organized but surprisingly penetrable Enclave hold. The drugs of New Reno gave them much-needed courage. Do I want basic power armor tech, or do I want she liking me? I get pre... Do I not have it anyway? Yeah, we'll do the She Emperor. Are you guys in charge now? No, he's still... So, the doctor from San Francisco. Hailing from San Francisco, a follower-trained doctor traveled north, eventually finding a new home in Arroyo. Wanderlust takes hold. Okay, so we have 339 days before the Chosen One skedaddles. The Chosen One is an Arroyo hero, nearly single-handedly saving their tribe from starvation and the Enclave. Nearly every adult and child worship the ground the Chosen One walks on, but the way still call to the Chosen One, and they know that there is business yet unfinished for them outside the bounds of Arroyo. So he's gonna disappear in the middle of the night. The man, the myth, the legend. He's got his car behind him. They had that car at the Fallout event in Good Springs last November 2024. I have an idea. I'm gonna make body armor, and we're gonna have like bully boys. The kidnapping of the people of Arroyo at the hands of the Enclave meant death of Hakunin, the tribal healer. Despite their best efforts, the tribe spent years fruitlessly searching for a suitable replacement. Hakunin had no pupils and left little behind in terms of medical advice. Although a number of Arroyo tribespeople had some level of medical knowledge, none rivaled the old Coot's skill and experience. A lucky break came when the travel brought word of an ex-follower who had taken up residence in the Packers. Set on convincing him to settle in Arroyo tribe, the Chosen One journeyed south to Happy Camp. Once there, the Chosen One found Dimitri, a San Francisco-born doctor. Having split from the followers due to his willingness to accept violence, Dimitri had wandered north, providing small amounts of aid in return for various payments. He had heard of Arroyo and the Chosen One, but he wasn't certain if it was time for him to settle permanently. Knowing that Arroyo needed his skills, the Chosen One appealed to his empathy, urging him to help Arroyo, reminding him that the waste was a dangerous place where accidents befall lone travelers. offered compensation and safety for his help, a reasonable trade. You know, the wastes are dangerous place where accidents befall lone travelers. How's your karma is manipulative? Yeah, well, there's some very risque dialogue choices in Fallout 1 and 2. Vault 13's young one. Survivors of Vault 13 were among those rescued by a chosen one at the Enclave oil rig. A child, far too young to remember these events, was one of the lucky few that escaped. Why do we need anti-tank rifles? Probably for the frickin' Mirelurks. Damn Oregon full of cannibals. Alright, let's get those bully boy. The other bloodline. After the destruction of the oil rig by the Chosen One, the Vault 13 survivors settled in Arroyo with the tribe. Numerous children were born in the years after, one of which was a young girl named Chitsa. There was a healthy rivalry between the children of Arroyo tribals and the Vault dwellers that defined the early childhood of many of the young children. Chitsa established herself as a cunning leader behind many of the Vault's children's sports teams and mock battles. The Chosen One noticed her from an early age and watched her grow from a leader amongst her peers to a manipulative negotiator, able to steal deals from even the most unwilling traders. Her quick wit and capacity for charisma made a position as a tribal negotiator a certainty. Having seen Chitsa grow from a young girl to a proud woman gave Chosen One a sense of pride for the next generation of Arroyo. In particular, they were glad to see her capacity for leadership, her insatiable lust for power, her keen mind and quick wit. Her insatiable lust for power. Cruel. The humble warrior of Arroyo. Not like Kaga. The younger cousin of Chosen One, a timid hunter, was forced by circumstance to become a warrior and a general. Yeah, this guy over here. I should have been the Chosen One. Meh. Petrochica. Nagor was the youngest cousin of the Chosen One, yet despite his strong posture and fit body, shared none of his cousin's bravery. His dog Smoke was one of the few friends he had grown up. He was teased constantly for his weakness and timidity, but never fought back, although he could have easily knocked cold a number of his tormentors. But the Enclave's arrival shattered his desire for a meek life. Those who fought back were killed, and Nagor could only bring himself to watch the massacre. His demeanor changed entirely once the Enclave came captivity. He began to steel himself for battle, trained incessantly, and provoke his captors as often as he could. The Chosen One barely recognized Nagor when he arrived at the oil rig. Their once calm and quiet cousin transformed into an aggressive and fearsome man. After escaping the oil rig and returning to Arroyo, Nagor began to return to his old self, but never entirely forgot the man he had briefly become. Nervous and worried, Nagor approached the Chosen One for advice. The Chosen One urged him to remember his humanity and use violence only as a last resort, warned him of the dangers of the wasteland and the necessity of killing, told him to make his own decision. It was his life after all. Warned him of his dangers of the wasteland and the necessity for killing. Hey, why are you making him such a bad guy? I mean, I was a pretty bad guy when I played 2 back in the day. Alright, so from here, max high security. A decade ago, rich baron from Reading, going by the Investor, brought a team of mercenaries and are slowly rebuilding an old prison found in Hornbrook. From there, the team began to travel from town to town, purchasing criminals for their new scheme. Purchasing. You have Klamath next door. Here, we're gonna make some more guys, since we have the ability to. And then these guys, oh, they're already veterans, so. Expert hill fighter. Oh, hey, I can make an economic advisor or daily political power. That'd be good. I need to put this in place too when I get a chance. Sentence Max Sec. Northern California has changed a lot since the Chosen One's quest. 30 years ago, only the most developed cities, Shady Sands and Vault City, bothered to maintain a permanent jail or police force. In most towns, being caught for theft meant a beating. Anything worse required application of shotgun justice. The emergence of MaxSec in California politics has changed this dynamic drastically. Their process is simple but lucrative. Caravans are sent to nearby towns or cities, asking for any unwanted criminals. A decent fee is paid to whoever presented a criminal for incarceration, so long as they could show some proof of their guilt. The MaxSec caravan, I'm surprised they could even went that far. The MaxSec caravan then returned to Hornbrook, bounty in tow, and promptly set about using their new prisoners for heavy labor. The materials produced from MaxSec can range from rare minerals to rewired circuitry, but largely fall under the general guise of crafted material goods, or metal goods. These materials are often then exported to various nations, turning MaxSec a healthy profit. This egregious profit is in no smaller part thanks to the atrocious living conditions present in MaxSec prisons. Prisoners are barely fed enough to stay alive, and even the most hardened criminals face little respite under a MaxSec guard's gaze. Reminds me of the good old days under the chain gangs or railroad tracks. Perhaps they should spin on hamster wheels too. Yeah, they should spin on hamster wheels too. We got those Vault Tech workout things that generate power. So we could use these 3 while it's still there. These are 30 days each. Investigating, actually, we'll do these first. So, prison building expertise. The reconstruction began by the mercenaries was continued by MaxSec's new workers. Slowly, a decrepit complex became a versatile fortress. And we're connected to them. We're part and part having to deal with it. Our people are doing well. Chaos and Navarro territories. Yeah, they're in it to win it. He's leaving in 246 days. Building defenses. We won't build a workforce similar to MaxSec, but we could model our own defense after theirs. They've built defenses against enemies both inside and outside their own state. The investor. So you got all the weapons from Fallout 2. We have, we can invest in small business and build up those businesses quicker. Building defenses. Building a nation. The area around MaxSec is by no means inhabitable. The native people first viewed the prison with caution, but the fruits of the imported labor have led to a rapid growth in the region's prosperity. So with that, let's get a little Ohm's Law going. Building a nation. Investigating Happy Camp. Despite the extensive travels, the Chosen One knows little about the Packers. Extremely reclusive, their society seems to be organized around a number of desperate camps. That's right here. Young Jim. They use that portrait a few times around here. Now we got 7 divisions. First Citizen Lynette.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
Her mother was a bitch. The Quiet Ones. They began as quiet shadows, a presence that regional leaders were only vaguely aware of. A seemingly small group of hunters lived off whatever game they could find in the forest, rarely interacting with nearby settlements. The perception of harmless foresters changed, however, when a trader who'd lost a woodland road witnessed 20 hunters work in unison to bring down 3 deathclaws in quick succession. The startled trader told a story to people of Arroyo, a story which soon began to spread like wildfire to nearby towns. The Chosen One had no easy task tracking down the isolation of survivalists, but still managed to trace them back to their camp. Initially greeted with suspicion, the Chosen One was eventually able to win their trust, or at least subdue their hostility. Assured that these Packers, as they called themselves, were no threat to Arroyo, the Chosen One took time to study their culture and traditions. Savages. I'll teach them what civilization looks like. Savages. Barely even human. Okay, so tribal workshops, or they isolate themselves out of fear. Well, I'll provoke that fear. Happy Camp added 3 outposts. I like this one. I'll teach him what civilization looks like. Alright, let's get the next one. I don't think we have enough time to do these, so I'm going to see. There was once a peaceful port. Eureka. The small port of Eureka has only recently managed to recover from the Great War. Faced with the impervious Mirelurk infestation, their unconventional tactics are worth learning from. Let's do... Oh yeah, we're gonna do this one. Now it's 6. Oh, it went back to 5. That sucks. Now it's 4. Why? The followers of the apocalypse. Yeah, let them come. They'll do some good. They won't like what I'm gonna be like, but... The stack of shells. Hi. Eureka was a town of note when the Chosen One last ventured across the waste. Overrun with Mirelurks, a preserved group of survivors had made their crusade to return to their ancestral home. When they eventually did, led by an elite fire team known as the Portmasters, they decided to use their plentiful military experience on foreign shores. Their homeland is a mountainous waste, so instead of farming, they shipped mercenaries across the west coast, trading guns and lives for food and supplies. Thankfully, they lacked the population and desired to expand as an empire, instead of view as war as a means of subsistence. Luckily, the Mirelurks kept their population low, or they could have turned and ran but spent a century being slaughtered. Luckily, the Mirelurks kept their population low. I'm really an asshole on this one. Holy shit. Child of an old friend. Zulik was an old friend and valuable companion on the search for the Holy Gek and Enclave oil rig. He has passed on since then, but his child, Averon, now leads their tribe.
Hello?
Yeah, Obzlong! Zulik was traveled across the wasteland with the Chosen One during their quest for the Gek. While he has since passed on, his son Averon now leads the Umbra tribe. Taught on the wonders of technology and civilization by his father and the Chosen One, Averon has turned his tribe away from their traditional spiritual ways. He has instead opted to encourage discovery and permanent settlement, pioneering Arroyan building techniques for members of the tribe. There's been resistance within the tribe, especially amongst the Suluk's generation, but most Umbrans have accepted the changes. These savages best hurry to abandon their past. They have the making of useful slaves. On my advice, the lower members of the tribe have already been put to hard labor already. I like that one. Put to hard labor. How do we get all that energy out? You know, that revolutionary energy. I know a way.
Hello?
We'll get 3 arms workshops. Tribal weapons and workshops. No matter their backwardness, Umbra weaponsmiths have developed creative ways to construct weapons for the tribe. Mimicking these techniques might increase our weapons production. There are ministers for this. I am busy. Damn, the den keeps raiding people. Is there one that... Oh, good. There's one right there. Make sure I didn't miss anything down here. Skinning a gecko is an arduous task, as even the slightest mistake can make a hide outright useless. A new technique invented by Klamath trappers allows us to quickly skin an animal without damaging the hide. I want armor. We have a lot of slots, but we're really slow. Capitol Hill has fallen. Who cares? Followers establish themselves. Okay, whatever. Now we get some Captain of Industry. So what do we want next? We get 12 in Arroyo. We get 30 experience. Don't really care about that. I don't care about the infantry equipment. Chosen One's army. I like these two. How much time do we got before he leaves? 59 days. Shit. We don't have much time. Suluk's old ways. Since Ovarin took control of the tribe, he's worked tirelessly to prepare his people for the realities of Northern California. They began to modernize and give up their old ways, but they still have much to learn from their tribal ferocity. Anything I'm missing over here? No. Ooh, next one. CNC training. Or CQC, not CNC. Huh, can you teach my close quarter combat? Huh. Kimball removed from office. Mr. Bishop retains power in Reno. Uzang is involved. So it's no longer the Eurekan people, but it's Navarro. So Lance Morton versus the Dragon. Troy Warren's kicking the Rib Breaker's ass. Fucking super mutants. Alright, let's get to this other one. So, Packers use a number of well-hidden paths to move quickly around the forested home. Their methods are worth studying even if we aren't able to locate the tribe trails themselves. 32 days, so I got enough time to get that done. So that's good. Alright, let's get industrial concern. He's tyrannical. He's gonna fuck off in the middle of the night. You're a monster! All right, what's next we want? We want... I probably could do an army of robots, couldn't I? I have special forces all the way, but those are kind of useless after a while. Robotics, only 2. Vehicles, 2. Construction and exploration. Electronics, naval, aircraft, infantry. At least we get infantry all the way. Let's work on some infantry weapons. So, basic laser weaponry. These are the old pictures from the day. The old days. Wacky wavy operation. I don't care. Maybe that one I care about because I get more money. Learning from the foragers. The Packers are foragers by nature, with an inherent ability to seek out sources of life in fresh water. Although the Gek has revitalized Arroyo, we have yet to fully understand all the boons it has brought us. The Packers can no doubt help. Speaking of this, okay, so if we want to transfer these guys over, 80-14. What do we get for this one? 55-28. So we add a few more. Oh, we can't even do that because we don't have anybody giving us training. Shit. But he is so gone. Disappearance in the night. He woke up this morning to a strange feeling. Across Arroyo, citizens awoke in a haze, silently missing a familiar presence. We didn't realize until the afternoon that we were feeling. It took us till nightfall for us to openly speak it. The chosen one had departed into the wastes. A number of notes and journals had been left behind, somewhat resembling the memories once left by their grandparents. Most of their gear had been taken, along with the old highwaymen they once roamed with. So the vehicle. While a time of mourning has been declared, decisions now rest solely on the hands of the tribal council. While they will always work together in unison, it would be best to select a temporary council leader, someone to shepherd both our tribe and our council into this new dawn. Our chosen one is gone. The time has come to select the council leader. They will hold this position for 1 year, during which they will be tasked with maintaining a final review of council decisions. They will also act as a dignitary and figurehead, with their demeanor influence on how our tribe members conduct themselves for the coming year. Nagor, the humble warrior, could lead the council. Chitsa is clearly the right pick to guide the council. Dimitri will show an outsider's worth as a council leader. Huh. Is there anything else here that I should worry about? Let's look at the focus tree real quick. So we pick Chitsa. Huh. When we do that, we get these. Her. Get trade rests. Naval. Warrior training. Okay. Huh. This one kind of sucks, actually. Money is good sometimes, but right now I think we need to build up our nation. Huh. Okay. Don't quite know. Prisoner test subjects. That's funny. She's elites. He's people. And he's intellectuals. I'm thinking of probably so yeah, I'm so stuck on this. Let's get Chitsa is clear the right pick to guide the council. So, her way. Stop that. Her way. Anyone else who filed out of the council chambers, Chitsa sat quietly and thought. She had got exactly what she wished for. As counselor, she knew she would have free reign to pursue the number of avenues she was interested in. So we gain. So we're doing not caps, we're doing NCR dollars now. Great. And with that, I am actually going to end this episode because Chosen One has just left. We will see what happens in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this first episode of Arroyo. Please like, subscribe, comment anything you like, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Ta-ta.